Hello everybody, it's fantastic to have you back on our channel, Relationship Builders Forum. You're all welcome. My name is Amara and with me is my lovely husband, Gospel. Today we'll be continuing with the Friendship in Marriage series which we started off looking at in the last episode.
Today we'll be looking at secrets for building friendship in marriage. And one of the things we'll be considering is the issue of being intentional about building friendship in marriage. You have to be committed to it. You have to look at it as something you need to do.
Now it is very important that you think about how can we rekindle and build our friendship in our marriage. Now like my husband rightly said, we have to be intentional. Now you have to think back. The moments when we started courting, What were those things that you did? What were those things that you enjoyed doing together?
Things like sharing, calling each other.
Absolutely.
Taking your time to be attentive about your spouse. You take time to look for the things that have to do with your spouse.
Yeah, and it's basically about paying attention to the details, the little details you have in a relationship. Now, remember, we all are different. My husband is a different spec. I'm different. Trust me, I'm really different. However, it's about finding the best way. What's his love language? And he needs to identify my own love language as well.
Another thing you need to do is that you have to keep your marriage simple. Life in itself is complicated. There are challenges everywhere and people are going through tough times. You don't have to make life complex for your spouse. You have to keep it simple. Don't let your spouse to be on the edge because of different issues going on in your life. Yeah,
it's very important you don't set too many rules. The thing, you don't want everyone in the relationship to seem as if they're working on eggshells. So you want to keep it simple. And like my husband said, life in itself is complicated. You don't want to be that one spouse that is so difficult to please.
Yeah, where your spouse comes to the house or comes back from work.
Yeah.
He or she feels like, what will I do now to make him happy, or what will I do to make him sad?
Yeah.
So conscious of pleasing your spouse.
Yes.
It shouldn't be like that. People should have freedom of expression.
Exactly.
Freedom to be themselves.
Yeah, chillax. You don't have to be on edge. Life is simple. Keep calm.
Another way to build intimate friendship with your spouse is that you have to find a way to work together. You have to find things you can do together. It doesn't have to be big things. It could be things like walking, cooking, whatever it is. It might be simple, but work together as a spouse. For instance, I like, staying with my wife when she's cooking.
Yeah. So, it is very important. Just find those little nothings that you do. Look, life is more about making memories together. It's all about just investing little memories that you would always look back at and reflect. We all are growing, younger. However, it is very important that you as a family unit, you begin to make meaningful memories together, because that's very important.
Yeah, you have to have a big vision that you work as a family together. And if your wife or your husband is involved in that vision, it gives you opportunity to unite and work as a team.
When I married my husband, he was so into football. I am not really a fan of football, but I had to find a way to make sure that I enjoy football in order to spend quality time with him, because I understood that this is a sport that he's passionate about. Now, it could be anything for your spouse, but the key thing here is identify something you both can do together and you both can enjoy.
Well, another point is that as a couple, you have to, find a way to go through adversities together. Life is challenging. People go through high moments, low moments. If your spouse is going through a challenging time, that's not the best time to leave her or leave him on his own, to face life on his own. So you have to stick with your spouse.
Exactly. Life is challenging as it is. It's so challenging. Sticking together is very important. Sometimes spouses find it very difficult to bear their emotions. Now, you can go through a very rough patch in life. We have our moments where we go through very rough patches in life. But it's about going through those moments, those challenges, those hurdles together as a unit. You don't want to feel isolated. You don't want to be on your own. You don't want to be lonely. You want to do it together. You want to do it as a team. And that's the whole essence of the relationship. And trust me, a lot of friendship is being fostered, is being built, is being solidified in that process of having to share challenges and go through those challenges together.
You don't really know someone who loves you by your good moments.
Exactly.
You actually identify someone who really loves you genuinely when you're going through tough times. And the quote says, tough times never last, but tough people do. And
tough couples do.
Exactly. Tough couples do. If they stick together, share those difficult moments together, they are bound to build strong friendship.
Okay, now I just want to touch on trust. Now, this is a very, very delicate subject. Friendship is all about cultivating trust with each other. You cannot share something conveniently and comfortably with someone you do not trust. Best friends usually share secrets together. So it is very important that you are able to share the innermost feelings with the person that you love best, with your spouse, who should be your best friend.
But the truth is that you don't actually share with your spouse if you don't trust that your spouse, is trustworthy to keep your secret. For instance, if you share something with your spouse and he or she uses it against you, to cajole you, to talk you down, then you might have that problem of sharing with your spouse another time. So it's important that we trust each other such that when we share information, we don't use it to reject as a source of rejection or to make our spouse look vulnerable. For men, sharing with a wife sometimes may make him look vulnerable, make him look like he's not really strong enough.
So he's not manly
So
enough.
That's why I think that's why most times men tend to cage up and find a way to suppress their feelings.
You as a woman needs to try to earn your husband's trust. And when you earn that trust, when you have that trust, it is very important that you don't trample that trust. You keep that trust. You make sure that man sees you as a worthy confidant.
So I think if we do all this, we'll be able to build strong, vibrant, quality friendship in our marriage.
Another thing that I want to mention now is that you have to be very consistent in showing love to each other. We all have our good days and we all have our challenging days. It is very important that you see it as an objective to always show love consistently, not having mood swings. I know we are women, sometimes our hormones sometimes play a role on us, but I know that we can work towards being consistent in showing our feelings to our spouse.
I think for a man, you have to, love your wife in the high moments, love your wife in the low moments, not just love your wife, you have to also respect her feelings, her views and all that. So you don't love her when she's giving you the good sex and things you want. You love her when she's there emotionally and when she's not there. Because when you help her go through those moments, you guys would, blossom.
Because sometimes you say, it's a 50-50 sort of relationship. It's okay. However, you might be disappointed when it's when you go on a 50-50 sort of ratio. Because there's been a lot of controversies around that.
But I think marriage is about giving your 100, expecting that, fortunately or God willing, your partner or your spouse will be able to give 100. Or if she doesn't give, your responsibility is to keep on giving.
Yes, you have to be there 100%. Very difficult, but you can get there.
So I think as a husband, I have to believe in my wife, believe in her opinion, believe in her views, give her respect and show her respect and dignity, because everyone has something to offer us, everyone has something to contribute. So when you put your wife down, she thinks, oh, this is not my friend. I'll look for maybe a lady out there who I can talk to, who can validate my self self-esteem.
Yeah, it is very, respect is something that every man wants. Now we can spend a whole 30 minutes, 1 hour just talking on respect alone, love and respect. But this ties a lot to a man's ego. They want to feel respected. They want to feel valued. They want to feel like they're validated. It has something it does to their manhood, and it is very important. Now, having said that, I know that in some relationship, some men are undeserving of respect. However, you can walk your way towards that. You can work on your relationship. You can work on your friendship to achieve that. I'm not saying it's going to be a walk in the park, okay? Having said that, it is doable. It is possible.
Yeah, the truth is that for the man, he has to be consistent in showing love.
Yeah.
For the woman, she has to be consistent in showing respect. So mutually, they give each other love and respect. I know that could sound conflicting for some people.
Yeah.
But the truth is that everyone deserves respect and everyone deserves
to be loved. It's been very interesting. Now there are different things that we've considered. It's not been exhaustive. What we talked about today has not been exhaustive. These are some secrets that we've shared that has been working for us and a whole lot of couples out there. Now the question of love and respect has always been a very controversial debate, and it's something that they feel that men should have more respect. Now, I just want to ask you, our viewers, if you can please kindly post your comments on what you think. Do you think that a woman is deserving of respect, or do you think it should just be, the man alone should just be the focus of respect? Because this has been one of the controversial things, or one of the controversial topics out there in relationship. So I would just kindly ask you, please, post your comment below, and please do not forget to subscribe to our channels, and do not also forget to hit your notifications as well. Thank you so much. Yeah, and we're gonna see you in our next episode. Bye-bye. See ya.